Coming off our national championship victory, the Florida Gators have decided to offer a contract extension for Coach Carter Jake Jr., and he has earned it, and he will remain a Florida Gator going forward, as he is going to end up signing this extension. But this is going to be our final offseason by itself. We're looking at 2 more episodes, this one and probably 1 more to finish out this series, and then we're going to turn our focus to Madden until the new college football game comes out. And guys, I cannot wait to get started in the new college football game, and I want to thank everybody for watching Coach KJ, and we're going to look at some of the players leaving. JJ White declared for the NFL draft, not shocked by that at all. We expected that. He was such a fantastic player for us, and he's likely going to be the #1 overall pick. Akil Wesley decided to declare off of the national championship run. I do not blame him either. 9 career interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, over 100 tackles, 2 sacks. He was fantastic from the corner spot for us. You got to appreciate what he was able to do. Now, he did swat down a lot of balls on deflections that he just didn't catch, but that's all right. We ended up losing Noah Bognom to the NFL as well. He had 7 career picks, 88 tackles, 2 defensive touchdowns, 7 pass deflections. He didn't force any fumbles, but he played out of the slot early in his career, and he made himself into a fantastic player. Next up is Jacob Reese, the 1-year starter for us, decided to go ahead and declare off the Natty, and I don't blame him. He had a good year, 5 sacks, a forced fumble, 19 tackles, and he's a junior redshirt, so he's already kind of like a senior. So I do understand it. Looking at some players who transferred, Earl Brown II, our 3rd-string quarterback, decided to go to FAU. Khalif Ramsey, our future at quarterback, decided to go to Tennessee. This one hurts a little bit, and we're going to see him next year. Next season's going to be a full season sim, so guys, when that happens, you're still going to see some highlights from Khalif Ramsey and his time at Tennessee against us. We got to show them off at least a little bit, especially because he decided to transfer to a rival. That's probably the most irritating part of this whole thing, but I don't blame him for leaving, I guess. He was going to back up starting quarterback Dana Garcia, who decided not to go pro, so it kind of makes sense for him to leave and get his chance to start. And you can see we did get Zach Poydras to come back. Macario Dorba decided to return, and Dana Garcia, they're all looking for the repeat. That's why they came back. We did lose starting D tackle Stuart McCaffrey, who was fantastic as a senior with 6 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, a defensive touchdown. He made a huge impact for us. And then we lost Cedric Stanford, our backup strong safety. Never a starter, just somebody that was there in the background here or there making plays. Senior redshirt Sam Freeman made quite the impact for us, though. 59 catches, 750 yards, and 3 scores in his lone season getting playing time here for Florida. He was actually quite impressive. I don't expect him to make it to the league, and he is somebody that is a candidate to end up being maybe our offensive coordinator or head coach for the Indian River Bull Sharks, who are going to be our team builder team as we go forward into a new world with our college football content here with EA Sports College Football 25. It is going to be so fun to have a new game and to see all the updates. And I know the game's not going to be perfect, and I am going to take a second to say that here. But I cannot wait, and I don't care. I'm going to play, and I'm going to post, and I'm not going to complain, because they did not have to get this game back for us. You know, people do forget that they canceled a bunch of the college games well before this issue they had with Ed O'Bannon because of the fact they didn't sell as good as their pro counterparts. And guys, just to have this game back is all I care about. It is going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to play it. So you're not going to hear me complaining, and I really hope that everybody else can understand the game's not going to be perfect. This is year 1 of a 10-year layoff. Guys, you just got to expect that there are going to be growing pains. And I know it's EA and they don't always deserve the benefit of the doubt. I do understand that. But guys, just to have this game back means so much to people like me who have waited 10 years for this. We played this game back in the day and we loved it. And it was possibly better than Madden in every year that it came out, I think. So I hope that they're able to continue that trend. And once they get their footing underneath them, I think this game's going to be fantastic going forward. So I can't wait to get in and dig into it and get our dynasty going on the channel and really focus on it for a little while. But for now, once the Coach KJ series ends, we're going to be primarily Madden focused, and the Raiders franchise is going to get picked back up as a live comm. And guys, I'm going to announce it here coming up. It's a few episodes away before you see it, but I've started recording with my face cam included for Madden, and I think I'm going to do it for the college football game as well. It's going to be a little less smooth in the commentary because I'm going to be just talking throughout the game as I'm playing it, but I think it just brings the series to life a little bit, and I think you guys want to see that, and I've seen it in the comments some where people are hoping that I can get a face cam, so it's going to be in there. I finally did it. It's one of my last purchases before I become a stay-at-home dad for a little while. And although I don't make any money off of Madden, I have some money saved up and I'm trying my best to make this YouTube thing work to help with our family. But for at least the next year or so, it makes a lot of sense for me to focus on watching our daughter because of the cost of daycare. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to be able to put out a ton of content for you guys and really get these series moving along. And if you can hear my daughter in the background, I apologize. She's in a good mood as she's waking up here. So I'm back after a little bit of a delay. And as you can see, we're going through the team in the background. We're going to really focus on this team when we do upgrades. I think for now it doesn't make a ton of sense to. Like I said, the in-depth nature of this team doesn't really matter to me as much because we're just going to sim this season and we know who the stars are going to be. So that's why I'm not focusing on this part of the team as much anyway. But I can't wait to get this content out to you guys, and I'm excited for the new setup, and hopefully you guys are as well. I've been working really hard trying to make this happen, and I'm probably going to be out of my job before you guys see this video, or I know actually you will be, because I'm a day away from being unemployed basically and a stay-at-home dad. I mean, it's something that's exciting, and it's cool to be able to dedicate a little bit more time to content while I'm hanging out with my daughter and helping our family that way. Because unfortunately, with the cost of daycare, it's just ridiculous. As two of us try to work full time, my wife makes more money than me, so I was the one who stepped back because she loves her job. She's really good at her job. She has a very important job, and my job's been doing layoffs for the past year, so that was also a factor in the decision as well. Supposedly, I made the final round of cuts, but you just never know with jobs. They could decide to cut further even though we're way lower than we ever used to be. So it just makes sense for her to keep it. So I'm going to be able to focus on content, and I'm excited about that. And hopefully you guys are as well, as we're going to be able to keep pumping it out. Like I said, we have 1-2 episodes of Coach KJ left. Basically, my plan is if we repeat, and we will go for a three-peat. If we don't repeat, I'll probably end it just because it makes the most sense to cut it off then. College has a way of being able to really keep going because players have such short lifespans. I thought about doing 4 seasons, but with my emulator messing up, it's hard to keep this going, truthfully. And I've been struggling keeping it working this long. So now's the time for us to wrap this series up and move on. Let's go ahead and take a look at our upgrades now. This is where we really want to focus on the team. Unfortunately, Dana Garcia didn't get to improve, but our backup quarterbacks did. We'll take that. Guyasi Blanks is up 3 to an 87. Marlowe's up 5 to an 80. We really didn't get a ton of development from our backups. Jacob Manziel did jump up 6. Macario Dorba also jumped up 6 at receiver. 4 for Houston, 4 for Norwood, 2 for Skalski, 6 for Breland Brown now that he's healthy. That's a big upgrade. Tackle-wise, we had some good upgrades. We had, some decent upgrades across the O-line, but the biggest news is our center lost 4. That's pretty bad. I'm pretty sad about that. I don't know why he did. He played pretty good, and he played a lot, so I don't understand why he basically downgraded, but I guess that's the way it works in this game sometimes. Blake Listenby also lost an overall point. He played a decent amount as well, so that's frustrating. Aka Cedric Williams improved. He went up by 7. That was nice. Loman went up 3. Jonas Stepp lost 3. That's kind of disappointing, but honestly, he hasn't played much, so I do understand why that happened. Wells went up by 4. At corner, Poydras only went up 1. Doug Cottrell, though, went up 6, and so Daryl Maringer went up 5. Those are big developments. We really need them guys to step up. We also have a 99 overall player in safety, Max Pierre, and then Tony Apu lost a point, but that's okay. We can deal with that. I mean, it is what it is. It's not like my favorite thing to deal with, but you do have to deal with that a little bit. And we're going to look at our roster cuts real quick. These were pretty easy decisions. We had guys that were on the team that I didn't recruit that were low overalls. We're just looking through for them now. And you can see the first one, I believe, is at defensive end. It's Dixon here. He's a -8, 58 overall guy. We don't need him. And then we also cut Antonio Jones at right end, and that was all we needed to cut. But then I seen we had Osborne at 56, Hylick Brown at 58. They wouldn't let me cut, or I didn't think it was smart to cut him, so I let him stay on the roster. So we do have an open roster spot as we head in next season. It's not a big deal, but it'll be good if we maybe get transfers if we repeat to try to get this roster stronger for the three-peat. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at our Heisman standings entering the season. And, of course, Drake Basaka is leading the way, followed by Tanner Remsburg, Hendrickson, Hawthorne, and then Smith Black of Penn State. That dude is awesome. He burned us in the playoffs. Looking at the preseason polls, we come in at number 3 behind Miami and Penn State. And I got to be honest with you, I don't think I fully agree with that. We are a better team, in my opinion, than both of them. So why are we ranked lower than them? We also beat both of them on the way to a national championship last year. So explain that to me. It makes no sense. But that's just another bit of adversity. We got to be in top 12 to have a chance to repeat. And that's all I care about. I think this team this year is possibly strong enough to be able to go undefeated. The only question mark we really have is at corner. We're significantly weaker there, but we're better in the front seven, I think. Maybe a little weaker, but I think Norkeithius Moore steps in good, and Hussein Ford, a true freshman, 6'8", 231-pound defensive end we got, is going to make a big impact for this team, and I think he can play like Moore while Moore steps up into J.J. White's role. We are a little weaker at D-tackle, but I think we can handle that, especially with our strength at linebacker. Aka Cedric Williams stepped up big time. He's a high overall. He's up to like an 85. He was a +7, so I think he'll be able to make more of an impact than Nathan Osborne ever did, especially in the sim, because the sim, it matters so much what your overall is, and we're showing our schedule in the background here. But guys, I want to thank you for watching. We're going to start off by taking on an FCS opponent, so that should be an easy W, but we're going to sim the entire next season in the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll be back with Coach KJ for what is possibly our final episode soon. Have a great day, and I'm out.